Dear followers, haters, and fuck nuggets. If you hate me, why the fuck are you in my server? That makes no sense. If you don't like me, leave. I'll hold the door open for you.
Well, there is in fact a reason to hate and dislike this person, LoppyDaCutie. Aside from, of course, the obvious reasons, such as them being an absolute trash hoarder. Seriously, dude, your room is worse than some of the Reddit posts I've seen with a guy intentionally making his room dirty. Clean this up, please. I can't stand to look at this any longer.
Oh no, what is my gaming equipment? Oh no, casually has a coffee thing right there. Oh no, ooh, a keyboard. Ooh, what's this? Damn. 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 Oh, come on, Mom. At least let me have some fun.
Can't say I blame your mother for wanting you to stop being a weirdo, sleeping in trash bags. How is your setup the best looking thing in your room? Dude, seriously, clean the room. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. It's just so gross when people live in a cesspool. You see, LoppyDaCutie themselves rolls not only in a cesspool of trash, but also in a cesspool of predatory behavior on Vrchat. What does LoppyDaCutie think about these allegations? Well, Loppy believes that pretty much anyone that talks about them liking children is a troll.
I don't know that song.
Dude, it's off of his, like, one of his, like, goated albums. I know that for a fact.
I don't listen to that much Drake. I know that there's that one, what's it called? It's called, like, Joseph or something like that. Have you heard that one?
I'm back.
If you bring up Diddy activities around this 28-year-old, his 45-year-old cupcake-loving racist caretaker will kick you in pretty much every and any instance. LoppyDaCutie has a Twitch account, a Twitter account, a YouTube account, and a Facebook account, pretty much every other social media known to mankind. And also, begging for 1K followers on Twitch and putting on a maid dress isn't a goal that I would ever do. Well, maybe, I'm not sure.
LoppyDaCutie here. Over on my Twitch, if we get 1,000 followers, I said I would do a... That's right, a maid outfit stream.
Loppy also owns a Vrchat group titled the Green Eyes Hub, and it's most commonly where they dwell and hang out. Basically, they dictate over every user that joins in these instances, and it could be potentially dangerous for other users joining these instances. Why are this group and Loppy potentially dangerous? Well, let me go ahead and show you. Joseph, otherwise known as Loppy, has committed crimes with children on several occasions, as seen in the stated opening part of this document on Loppy. Loppy has dated and done explicit deeds with children in Vrchat. This document itself was created by someone named Barry, who had previously interacted with Loppy, as well as being in one of their bar instances. This Barry PL individual's name is also mentioned in this other short on Loppy's channel, where Loppy advertises his Discord group to others. Loppy states that they, quote, won't cause drama like Barry does.
If you guys haven't already, join me on Discord, discord.gg/greeneyes, where we will not get you involved in any drama. That's right, we are not going to be like Barry PL and get other people involved in this petty, childish, 6-year-old drama.
But at the end of the day, classifying your predatory behavior as simply drama and attempting to dismiss it because you've been called out, it will do you no good, nor does claiming to have autism or any excuse. Ultimately, there is no excuse when it comes down to the safety of children, both online, virtually, and in real life. There is no excuse. Now, as of my video on Loppy, there have been 2 other videos that have covered LoppyDaCutie, one by Temlo and the other by Spook. These are both excellent videos that I suggest you give a watch. That'll basically be a more condensed version of my video. So I decided to do a little bit of investigating myself on one of Loppy's streams, and unfortunately was met with something that I didn't expect. A fake Spicy Lucifer, the person that's actively impersonating the real Spicy Lucifer, is now actively haunting me on my investigations and ratting out my presence on Loppy's livestream. How they knew I was there, why they knew I was there, I can't really explain it, but I believe that this person is actively using clients to avoid bans from Loppy, and clients to actively stalk me now. And actually, as I'm saying this, I believe I'm beginning to figure out this person's identity, and once I do, you are absolutely cooked. I do know, however, that you speak Spanish, so just letting you know, I'm getting on to you, whoever you are. Also, fake Spicy Lucifer person, whoever you are, I did not ruin Lucifer's life. Lucifer ruined Lucifer's life by doing things with kids, just as Loppy has ruined his life by doing things with children similarly. It's hilarious that this fake Lucifer thinks that Loppy is a, quote, redeemed child predator, because Loppy is far from redeemed, let alone accepting their actions. So let's dive exactly into what they have done. As of 10/19/2025, opinions about Loppy have been gathered by the document creator Barry PL, from Duskview City staff members and a couple of friends, and as you can pretty much expect, they weren't too happy with Loppy. But one in particular stated they've already blocked and reported Loppy's every social media account and states that it was because they had seen proof of Loppy dating a child and actively attacking other groups with the assistance of a well-known doxer. Loppy's staff is allegedly toxic as well, which I believe considering they call people monkeys and ban anyone who asks about the alleged predator allegations. We learned that Loppy has been banned from Duskview for mini-modding, but the most concerning part was how even this individual knew about Loppy's disgusting past with children. A video that has been shown to others about Loppy time and time again that perfectly demonstrates the horrifying mental space of a Vrchat predator. Let me go ahead and share that with you now.
No, as in real life. I thought you said that there was...
Here's what happened in real life. Here's what happened. It's been legally turned into they're not allowed to go near me. If I see them, I'm going to kill them type of scenario, and the court judge has ordered them to stay away from me. That's what happened. Right after they did that whole spiel of the fucking life shit, basically what happened was they were ordered to stay away from me for life. Because I straight told everyone that I was going to kill him if I ever saw him. It was a court order that
So I was remembering correctly then.
Yeah. Because he accused me of being a
okay.
And here's the thing, I got legal consent from him to date him, but I stopped dating him because he was wanting me to do the naughty when I wasn't legal to do so. He got pissed off and upset that I wouldn't do it with him. He walked off in a hissy fit, said, "This is why you don't fuck kids." And like, I didn't fuck him at all. And then all this fucking drama shit happened online because he used to be on my Discord, he knows all my friends and shit.
Well, there you have it. LoppyDaCutie admits to dating a child in real life and admits to receiving a court order to mutually stay away from this individual. A truly horrifying event for a victim to have to endure. I'm pretty positive about that. Quote, "They were ordered to stay away from me for life," says Loppy. Now, I sincerely doubt it, Loppy. I believe you would have been the one ordered to stay away from this victim because you're the adult here after all. Or at least, you should be. Loppy claims that they were just going to end this victim's life if they ever saw them again, which is a horrible thing to say. And even more horrible because they're a child. Loppy, you are a nugget, dude. I want to say so many things about how dense you are, Loppy, but I just won't. I won't. Not today. And then, of course, there's the accusations from the child that Loppy is a predator. And wait a minute. Loppy's dating an individual under the legal age of consent as an adult and being accused of predatory behavior? This kind of seems like it perfectly adds up to me. Loppy also states that he's received, quote, legal consent to date this victim. Now, I have no idea what the frick, quote, legal consent even is, but wherever dumbland you got that from, you can put it back there because there is no such thing as, quote, legal consent. It's consent, and it's either illegal or legal. In this case, it was illegal because they're a child. You didn't get, quote, legal consent. Children cannot consent. You are a nugget, dude. The rest of this video is basically just Loppy claiming that he didn't do NSFW things with this victim, and that the victim wanted it instead. Loppy denied such actions that caused the victim to call out Loppy for being a predator. I highly doubt that this victim was the one asking for these explicit things, given you're the person that's dating this victim in the first place. You are the adult, you should know better. It's just rather hard for me to believe, Loppy, but oh well, it is what it is. I mentioned that Barry PL person a couple of times before, but Loppy genuinely does like to harass this individual and their acquaintances pretty heavily, actually. Going so far as to attempt to false copyright strike several videos made by Barry, and attempting to have Barry entirely removed from other bars. All in all, LoppyDaCutie considers everything about themselves as drama, and consistently lives in denial. I'll be honest with you, I think it's in bad taste for a human to live their life in denial or to live in a fake reality. Living that "my wife Mary sent me a letter" kind of mindset. It's just really disappointing. You're aware how old Loppy is, but did you know Loppy's relationship with his mother is actually rather concerning and abusive, it would seem. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean.
Yeah, I fucking snapped today. From now on, that video is going to be 18 plus only, so if you're not 18, I would suggest clicking on the video, otherwise your comment will be removed if I see that it's not appropriate. If you can't handle it like a mature adult and say, hey, I guess that happens, buddy, you know, you snap and you get pissed off at your mom. But like, yeah, I was all up in her face. She kind of deserved it after she yelled at me. Since I was 18, I'm pissed all the fucking time because, you know, I couldn't yell at her. Today I fucking did, and, you know, I kind of enjoyed it, so.
Loppy became so desperate to further bring hate to Barry, he began making outrageous claims that Barry was hacking their internet connection to specifically prevent them from streaming. Now, this is not true at all, and this is a lie created by Loppy specifically because they enjoy manipulating the members of their groups, such as the one that I had shown you on screen earlier. Truly, Loppy, this is disappointing and disgusting behavior. To make matters much worse, the individual cuddling Loppy in this next clip I'm about to show you has had allegations made against them themselves, where they were seen talking inappropriately to another child on Discord.
I'm going to deliberately go to Twitch and report for sexual misconduct on a lot of streamers. Just to see what happens. Just to prove my point, see if it was Twitch themselves.
Here, these are the text messages of the person that Loppy was just cuddling on screen in that clip. As you can see here, this person is calling this underage victim a bottom. And this person goes ahead and reminds this Aussie Craig person that they are a child. And he continues calling them a bottom, and is just very inappropriate with this child. It gets very disgusting. This guy isn't even the subject of the video, and I feel like he deserves a video all of his own. It's just genuinely horrible, dude, that not only are you, Loppy, being accused of predatory behavior, but so are your chosen associates, Loppy. You yourself chose to ERP with another child. It's just, it never seems to stop. As the famous saying goes, birds of the feather flock together. Diddy and EDP flock together. I don't freaking know. In this screenshot on screen here, we can see Loppy's Discord server, and Loppy's username is actually on the side here of the screen. This username that you cannot see of the profile that I have pulled up is actually a victim of Loppy's, specifically the underage victim that had done ERP with Loppy. However, according to the person that had sent me this screenshot, one of Loppy's former acquaintances, they were unaware that Loppy was doing any of this and became greatly upset by Loppy's horrifying actions. It became even more troublesome after this acquaintance learned that he had been doing things with children. They tell us that this screenshot took place a year or so ago, and that they did stuff with this victim when they were 15. Loppy would have been 28 or 27. Indeed, this age gap is by definition illegal. But it doesn't stop there. We actually have DMs between this victim, a mediator, and Loppy themselves. It's horrible that while the victim speaks to this individual, they feel so uncomfortable to the point that bringing up the discussion of their actions with Loppy, they just couldn't bring themselves to do it. It is truly horrible that Loppy is an adult doing these deeds with someone that is 3 years below the legal age of consent. It is disgusting. And so the victim tells this anonymous individual to ask Loppy about the situation. And so they did. This individual sends the screenshots to Loppy and confronts him about it. And Loppy admits to it, stating that it was only on Vrchat and that it was before that they had met this person. Loppy, just because it happened before you had met this person doesn't mean that you can't be held accountable. You just admitted to ERPing with a child. This person is permanently traumatized by your actions regardless of what you say, think, or do, or believe, and this proof is now in front of us. When she wasn't 18, because you were with me when she turned 18. Loppy then states that he won't discuss any of this further, knowing and acknowledging here that he had done these deeds with a child. This person go ahead and asks them, you know this is very bad, right? Loppy, this is really bad. Loppy goes ahead and states that this is why they do not wish to discuss anything further because they know this is horrible. But Loppy, you have no choice but to discuss it at this point. Just as you've made this person uncomfortable in DMs, you made the victim uncomfortable with the ERP, and now you've made everyone else uncomfortable by repeating your mistakes with children. Well, Joseph, aka LoppyDaCutie, let's see what the people have to say about you. I've gone ahead and I've interviewed Spook, and I've gone ahead and interviewed Barry PL. And as their voices and the children's voices mean more to me than anything else. I hope you're listening, Loppy, because you're about to face the true emotions and heart of people that actually care. General, how did you come across Loppy? How did you meet the guy? Open stage on this one.
Okay, so at first it was seeing him in an instance after hearing from some few other people, especially from a person that I have now blocked because it turns out that he likes doxing. I heard that Loppy is a pedo, and I was told by a few other people to look at the video made for, you know, the one that shows him saying something about the court and stuff about the. So I watch it, I see the community, and I think I joined like once the instance. Then I had a friend that was working there once, and I walk over to him in Green Eyes Hub instance, Loppy's instance. So I walk in and I see that my friend is a security, and I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" and shit like that. But then Loppy said Loppy was like in a frame of a door. And my friend says, okay, and before we continue the conversation, I need to get you verified. And so on, I say my age. And I get told that to actually enter the bar, I need to be in Discord of the group. And I was in that Discord before, but I wasn't really an active member there, so
Gotcha, yeah.
I just left it. And when I said, oh, well, I was there, but I left it, so I guess I can't go in. So I say my goodbyes with my friend. And then then I walk away to the stairs. And as I'm looking for a world to hop to, I'm just out of nowhere kicked from the place. So that was like a bit of a question for me, like, why the fuck am I kicked, I guess? Because then I started noticing on DCN server, Duskview City, the people that own the Sunset Bar, I noticed how Loppy has tendency to have a pretty big attitude, I'd say. One of the most mean, I'd say, confrontations that I had with him on the DCN, Loppy puts his thing, and it's that person's profile, but also the proof of it is his full live stream. And one of the staff members goes, well, I'm sorry, but can you please clip or give me like a timestamp for it, because I'm not going to go through hours of the footage.
Yeah, nobody's going to sit through hours of footage worth of... Yeah, what? What's this guy thinking?
So Loppy gets offended by that and goes, oh, but there's no rules about that. There's no rules stating that I have to clip it. And I'm just reading it. And I'm thinking to myself, why not make it easier for them? Why would you argue? Like, even like put a timestamp in your stream. It's just anything.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of positive interactions before everything even started. It's just mostly negative, it seems, so far. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So just a general question again. How many people or how many children do you think Loppy has like affected by doing all of this in VR? Like quite a few, would you say? Maybe.
I know sure of 2 that are the one that he dated in real life for a day, and the one that he ERP'd with in VR, of course. But he has a rule. I saw on his live stream, he moved his camera a little bit in the sunset, and in the sunset there's a wall with rules that you can put, the custom rules. And it said 13 plus on the outside, 18 plus on the inside. So Loppy is allowing in his instance, the same as in Black Cat, there was few men who were in the Black Cat with him. And I just find it like a little bit weird to mix 18 plus with 13 plus together. It just doesn't really sit okay with me. As far as I know, I don't think he's trying to reach out right now to any underage people, although I still think that it's not normal for him to have like in his instance, especially with profile picture of like a rabbit doing a Hagao face.
Well, not just that, but the previous allegations already being there, I don't think he should be around children in general. Yeah. No, like why do erotic roleplay with a child?
Nasty.
It's just, it's gross. But anyways, do you think Loppy has any sort of like mentally unwell, like inability? Like, do you think he possesses some sort of form of autism? Do you think it could be used as an excuse? Something along the lines?
I'm sure. Okay, so I'm sure that there is something wrong with him, like mentally. 100%. Sorry for the tracker. 100% something is wrong in his head, but not to the point of him not being able to
not be held
see
accountable.
that what he's doing is wrong. Yes, because he many times says, both in his streams and in his videos, when people bring up the allegations, that he knows that what he did was wrong, or okay, I did it, but let's leave it in the past and not bring it to the future, which is such a stupid statement for me. Because, like, let's say that you do something in one Discord server, right? Let's say that you send bad stuff to one person, so on the next server, what, people are just not supposed to talk about it? Or let's say that someone in another city did something wrong to someone, like murdered someone, right?
Yeah, that doesn't just magically
they moved
go
to another
away.
city.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why are you guys still talking about it? I did it in a different city. What? So yeah, I'd say that he has something wrong with him, but not something that would make him unaccountable for what he's doing right now.
If you do things with children, you could still be held accountable, even if you have an excuse like autism or drinking or drugs, whatever it is. It's not acceptable at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Loppy's family will, if they see it, do you think they'll appreciate the predatory allegations towards Loppy? Probably not, right?
His mom knows about everything, because his mom is a moderator in his server. So his mom follows the social media, so his mom knows about all the things happening.
That's kind of weird. Why do you have your mom as your moderator?
All of it.
That is strange, but okay.
Because he's being a baby, and he doesn't know, like, all the time. I can count that at least 10 times in the last time that I've been trying to get some more info on him. On his streams, I've heard like, oh, I talked to my mom about it, or oh, my dad told me this, or oh, my mom told me that. Like, everything goes to his mom. Everything.
Yeah. When we watched Loppy here and there, like, you know how they seem to like live in that permanent state of denial, and I've named the video kind of like Vrchat predators won't get with reality. Do you think it's possible for Loppy to wake up, or do you think they'll keep staying in denial?
No, he's gonna keep it. Like, I genuinely wish he could, like, open his eyes, be like, hey, what I'm doing is wrong. But if he's doing it for years on repeat, and, you know, the only thing going through him is, he keeps saying, like, oh yeah, thank you guys for giving me a name. For him, it's just, no matter what they speak, and that's what he goes by. So, I don't think that anything is gonna change, unless, like, he gets banned about the videos.
Yeah, do you think he cares about the exposed videos or anything like that?
I'm pretty sure that it does get a little bit on his brain, because I started noticing that when something happens in the chat, or he sees a new video on him while he's streaming, he starts like humming, nervous humming to get his mind off of it. Do
you think Loppy should face any sort of like legal repercussions, in your opinion?
Yeah. Surely, for first of all dating a second of all for the ERP. I don't know if he has anything else, but I'm pretty sure that his parents should evict him as fast as possible, and that's another thing that should be happening to him right now.
No, I agree 100%, especially with how he doesn't seem to get along with anybody in that household, and they just don't seem to want to tolerate it any longer. So, I'm getting to the point where I'm expecting the guy to 100% try to get me with a privacy strike, so I'm coming to terms with, like, you know what? I'm gonna put his face in there and just blur it and just throw it in there a couple of times. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready for the storm.
100% he will. Because he copyright striked my video. So, ever since the whole thing started, it's been a great pleasure to actually do like files, to do like videos on him. And even though some people might say, "Ayo, why are you just continuing this beef? Why are you continuing this drama?" How someone tried to say in my comments. I'm just gonna say that I am not gonna stop until he gets off the internet or changes his persona or anything like that. I will not stop because, well, obviously, I don't want someone that thinks that scaring people with lawyers, that ERP'ing with is okay. Someone that just harasses their family members by going into their living room, recording them while they say, "Hey, please stop it, I don't want you to record me," and he still posts it. Like, he's so privileged to have what he has. God, I still can't believe that someone this weird actually exists. I mean, okay, we are in the Vrchat. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that does.
There's always gonna be some weirdos like that, no matter where you go. So it is what it is.
In every online community, there's gonna be weird people, unfortunately.
Yeah. How did you like come to hear about Loppy? Was it just did you meet him, or what is your relationship to Loppy, and how did you come to know about him or hear about him?
Anyways, I met them in VR about a little bit ago because I used to be part of that community. And I sort of found out about it like firsthand because they joined one of the places that I was in, and then a person who is part of they're more of a community now, but they used to be like a whole bar thing known as the Sponge Lounge. But basically, they came into the bar at the time I'm working at, and then yeah, it's kind of how.
By definition, would you say Loppy is a predator?
I think they said, yeah, absolutely, I would say that they are. But the things about like them with the IRL child, that's disgusting to hear. Like that's awful.
No, it's horrible because we don't really, well, as far as I'm aware, we don't really know how it's affected this person, and it definitely has. That stuff can affect someone. So do you think Loppy believes that they are a predator? Like, do you think they live in?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that they live in their little delusion of, oh, it's in the past, that's not me no more. So maybe at some point they believe they were, but I don't believe as of right now they do. I believe now they think in their own little world that they are innocent.
Yeah, going to court doesn't disprove you being a predator. I just want to put that out there. Like, it doesn't automatically make that stuff go away. So I don't know, or possible that Loppy could like understand that they are doing these things and they are affecting people. Do you think they'll ever get a grip on that?
With the way they are now, like, from what I've seen, like, them being like, oh, I don't care anymore, I'm moving on from this. And, like, all this didn't happen, like, years ago. Like, this happened, like, a few months ago. Like, this is still pretty relevant. And I don't know. I'm like, they seem to be in denial from what I've seen.
Yeah, and that's a river in Egypt. Sorry, I don't know. Do you think it's possible? Because I've seen all of the videos on his YouTube and stuff. Do you think it's possible that Loppy will ever like get like an actual job or like stop abusing his family members? Like, it just seems so bad.
No, not at all. There's one video, I don't know if it's still posted. It's on like their Facebook or something, of them just going straight up to their parents and saying that they won't leave until they feel safe at home or something.
Nah, they definitely went to from a stage 1 predator to a stage 2 predator, like it's Pokemon up in this. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's getting
leveling up. Oh my God.
They evolved. They're evolving.
They're using more. They're getting more rules from the rulebook.
Oh no, no. They're pulling up to
Next they're
Epstein's
going to be
island.
changing their name.
It boggles my mind how abusive this guy is to his own family members. Like, and recording them without their consent is wild.
They were just straight up saying, "Oh, don't record me" and all that, and they're like, "No, I'm gonna keep recording." It's like, and the thing that confuses me is why their mother like still moderates their Discord, if like even with them doing stuff like that. I'm like,
how many people do you think Loppy has affected with their actions in total?
honestly, a bunch. Like a bunch of their friends are just leaving them at this point,
Yeah.
or they're making comments in their chat that they deleted, their vent chat about them. Oh, this person left me. Boo hoo! I don't need you anymore.
And I guess a different kind of way to word that question is, how many children do you think Loppy has affected?
Absolutely a bunch. I'm like, I don't believe they will ever stop. I'm like, even their chats that they have matured aren't like moderated to be 18 plus. Like, you have to be above confirmed. It's like,
All right, so that's kind of just like all the questions that I sort of had. Do you have anything you want to say to Loppy personally, or any sort of message that you want to leave? Or
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. So specifically to Loppy, personally, I think you really should just come forward and admit your actions and not like keep trying to hide behind a wall and stop hiding behind Jack. Jack's not always going to be there to protect you.
after hearing these individual voices, can you continue to live in denial and say that these people are the problem? It is the voices of the many versus the voices of the singular predator who took advantage of a child IRL and in VR, and continues to hang around other children and live in denial. You should know, Loppy, that your streaming days are just about wrapped up at this point. Your idols, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie, who you have listed on your YouTube channel, would all be disappointed in you and your actions. As promised in the last video, I did say I would start to be more active about my hotline police reports, so I've gone ahead and submitted a hotline report, Joseph, with your exact location. I hope that something is done about the horrible crimes you've committed with children IRL and in VR, so that you get locked up for good. Anyways, thank you all for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you all in the next video. Remember to stay safe, and bye-bye.